What's happening, good folks of the Quick Tie Squad? As you can see, a different face and a different place for me and Tim. So, welcome back to another Quick Tie. I'm Dana Lattery with Fly Fishing Bow River Outfitters and Thursday Night Live Fly Tying. And there's a little bit of a role reversal here. So, yeah, you guys asked for it, and I'm about to get on the vise and spin up some very difficult flies on these couple quick ties. And the one that we're going to be working on here in this quick tie is the wire worm, and we're going to be doing it in a shade of red. Seems to be very popular on a lot of trout streams, especially the ones that we spend a lot of time on. So yeah, we're going to be working on the red wire worm, as we'll call it, but you can call it the wire worm, and you can put that wire any color you want. So where am I tying from? Well, sadly, I'm tying from a Thursday Night Live Fly Tying Season 5 kit. So what is the Season 5 kit? So there's 34 different patterns in there. We've been working on these all year. You can head over to the website, which is just below here, and you can pick up your kit. If you don't want to purchase an entire kit, that's fine too. The recipe for this fly, which it's not a lot, but the recipe for this fly and all the other 34 patterns that we've tied this season will be on our website at that same link that you can see just below me here. So head on over there. We also sell these in the single kit, so you can just go and purchase this wire worm and get the materials for exactly this. So yeah, the fly is going to hopefully turn out something like that without a few mistakes. And yeah, we want to thank Rocky Mountain Fly Shop for sponsoring this quick tie. Remember, all orders over $99 ship for free. So head over to RockyMountainFlyShop.net and shop your favorite fly fishing gear. And remember, whether you're in Canada or the US, it will ship to you free over $99. So yeah, head over there, check them out. And also make sure to like and subscribe to this video, as it helps us continue doing this for you guys. So if you're on the YouTube here, just hit the like and the subscribe. You can also hit that bell notification, lets you know when these quick ties are up. Yeah, well, let's head on over to our vise and let's get started on this extremely difficult pattern known as the wire worm. All right, Tim's doing a great job in transitioning. I know Bruce was the original transitioner on Thursday Night Live, and yeah, he retired, and now Tim's going to give it a try. Okay, so as you can see, there's not a lot of materials. You essentially need wire and you need a hook. And so, you know, in your kit here, season 5, episode 17, and if you look over in the back, it'll say wire worm, 6 pieces. So you're gonna get that fly tied just like this. And then as I open it up, you're gonna have more hooks, and you're gonna have a bunch of wire. So that's gonna kind of all be packaged up in that kit. So should get you through about 5 of those flies there. And so what I've done is I've just taken this wire, because we can kind of production tie these things. You can head over to your favorite electrical store, and a lot of fly shops will stock big spools of wire like this, because it is a popular fly and it can be done mass produced, but you're gonna need lots of wire. Another thing I find super handy is to run an empty spool with a bunch of wire, because it is easier to get a bobbin threaded with wire and to wrap. You can get tighter wraps, and they can it doesn't hurt your fingers. So you can also use just the wire and wrap it like that, but I'm going to use this bobbin because I find, you know, as we do mass produce these flies, flies if you want to call them flies, hooks, wire, whatever, and then just in the middle there's just what we call a sexual organ. And that is super important. So we're just going to kind of use some orange thread, tie a little bit of a hot spot or a sex organ in that, and we're going to dap it with a little bit of UV resin, and that's it. All right. So what I'm going to be using here is a size 6 Mustad 37160BR, which is this hook that you're going to see going in the vise right here. And remember, these aren't really great hooks for fish. They're great hooks for catching fish because they really hold on. But yeah, you don't always have to go to this Mustad. You can just kind of pick or choose your hook. But these are very effective in not letting go on the fish. And so we like to use these, and they kind of seem to work best, maybe because we just use them all the time. So I'm just gonna grab my bobbin with red wire hooked up, and quite simply the fly is almost done. If you want, you can throw a bead in the middle. I mean, why not? Change it up a bit. Yeah, you're just gonna be doing what we call touching wraps. And I know that this might seem simple, but I've practiced on this so many times that I make it look simple. So I don't really have a lot of tips and tricks on how to do this easier, other than every time I wrap 3 or 4 times, I kind of pull back. But I think that's kind of important when you're tying any kind of material in on a fly, is making sure that your wraps are secure and tight, wrapping all the way back up to the eye. When you get going, you should be able to crush these flies out in no time. Okay, so essentially we're pretty much done the fly, and that's why Tim's allowed me to tie it this week, because he knows I couldn't screw it up. So now what you want to do is grab Dana's scissors. Okay, so these are actually, they were my scissors, and we're gonna go in here. We're gonna cut the wire out, okay, and then we're gonna kind of finish off this fly by cutting the wire out. And then all you really got to do, if you want, you can take a pair of pliers and just kind of turn those around. If you take it off, we can do that. We'll do that in a second. What I like to use, and they're in the other room, but it's just, I have some old mitten clamps that don't really cut anymore, and then I just put it on and just kind of turn it, and it keeps that edge a little softer. So if you really want to fancy up this fly, you're gonna just take some orange thread, and we're just gonna kind of come into the middle there. We're just gonna get our thread started. There's really no rhyme or reason to this, other than it is a sex organ that appears on a worm. And just kind of give yourself, what do you guys think? That's about 1/4 of an inch sex organ. I mean, that's up to you, and that's very subjective as to what 1/4 inch is. And that's my sex organ. And I'm not going to take Dana's scissors because they won't cut this, because they've been used on this show for 112 episodes or whatever. Yeah, so then you can just maybe put in like half hitch. Really, you don't have to do much. And here's also what you can do. You can do nothing. Watch, you don't even have to know any knots for this fly. You just go in here and grab some Solarez Bone Dry. You're just gonna dress up that sex organ. Right? Just like that. Okay, so forget, you don't even know any knots, and you can tie these up. Watch this. I did put half inch on there, but that thing is not going anywhere. And I'm gonna grab my UV light. Remember, that's say there's no knots have been tied. And I just give that a zap. We're done. I know you guys are sad that it's over so quick. Then I'm just gonna cut that off. And if you want, you can make it fancier, but why would you? Because that fly right there is quite simply the red wire worm, and it works in almost every trout stream I've ever been in, and it's very effective for where we fish. So yeah, like we say, tie 1, tie 12, but these ones you should probably tie 100 of them. Tie them for your buddies. Throw a bead in the middle. Don't put the sex organ on. Don't even have to tie a knot, and you can tie flies. You can call yourself a fly tire if you get that red wire worm. So yeah, I just want to thank Rocky Mountain Fly Shop again for making this happen. We want to thank everybody for tuning in all season long for all the quick ties. Drop a comment in the comments and let us know that you were here, and tell me, what was your favorite part about this wire worm? Was it the sex organ? Was it the fact you didn't even need to tie a knot? Or was it the fact that you could get it done with just 2 simple materials, or 1? I don't know. Until next time, I'm Dana, and bye.